In this video, we're going to talk about percent change. And percent change is, for example, how much something goes up or down. Now, these concepts I'm talking about have a lot to do with money, investment, anything that you can measure where there's sort of a before and after picture. For example, let's say that you saw a price on something was $4.25, and maybe the next week you went back to the store and it was $4.37. You want to know what percent increase that is. Obviously increased because it got bigger. All right, what percent increase? So it did go up a certain amount. So the first thing you're going to have to do is subtract and find the difference. Okay, subtract. Maybe on something else you saw $5.28 and then it became $5.38. All right, so again, that's a percent increase. And even though the starting amounts were different, if you're talking about percent change, it's a way to compare things that start at different levels. Okay, so obviously you're going to subtract, and then you're always going to go and divide by the original amount, which is this first number. Okay, now the last example here is, what if something is, say, at 38 feet, maybe the level of a river, and it goes down 32 feet. Okay, in this case it would be a percent decrease, right? So in the percent decrease, you have to remember that we still subtract and find the difference amount, and then we're going to divide it by the original amount. Now in this case, the original amount is 38. It's not always the lowest amount. Okay, so you're going to take the subtracted difference and divide it by the original amount. So in the first case, it's 12 cents divided by 4.25, the original amount. And you're going to get, on your calculator, 0.0282. I'm just going to carry it out about 3-4 places, and then we need to move our decimal point over, right? And that'll give us 2.8%, and that's an increase, 2.8%. All right, in the second example, when you divide 10 cents by $5.28, you're going to get this answer, 0.0189. And then when we move our decimal point over, because that's supposed to be a percent, it's going to be 1.9% rounded. That's 1.9% increase. In this last example, the difference was 6 feet. It went down by 6, but we divide it by the 38. It's the original number. Okay, and when we divide that, we get 0.15789, and we want to round to 3 places but move our decimal point over, so that'd be 15.8%, and that is a decrease. All right, so it's a very simple formula. We have the difference amount divided by the original amount. All right, I want you to grab a piece of paper, grab a calculator, and try these. So number one, you go from 60 meters down to 1 meter. Obviously that's a percent decrease, but use the formula and figure it out. Notice how it says round to the nearest 1/10 of a percent, so that would be 3 decimal places. Number two, 63 goes up to 65. What percent increase is that? Number three, 67 goes down to 62. That's a percent decrease. And number four, from 70 all the way down to 26, another percent decrease. Okay, figure it out. All right, let's take a look. Number one, how did we get that? Well, the difference is going to be 59, right? So you got 59 meters, and you're going to divide it by the original, which is 60. Okay, after you divide, you're going to get 0.983 and then round it to 98.3%. All right. Okay, number two, you're going to go from 63 to 65, so you subtract to get 2 grams. That's an increase of 2 grams out of the original 63. It's always the first amount. When you divide that out, you get a decimal, move your decimal over, 3.2% increase. Number three, from 67 to 62, here you're going down by 5, and then you're going to divide it by 67. That will be a 7.5% decrease. And number four, it is going to be from 70 to 26. If you subtract that, it's going to be 44 divided by 70. Okay, and you get 62.9% decrease.